Aloha, Richard Halverson here, and today we're gonna, this is ITS148, and today we're gonna work on Chapter 11 uh, programming exercises at the end. So today I'm gonna get you started on programming exercise 11.2. Let me share my screen here. Programming exercise 11.2 here, syllabus. And so if we look at our textbook, we are in chapter 11 programming exercises at the back of the book, back of the chapter. And so we're going to do this one right here, 11.2. So I'm going to, I like grabbing this out and making a little to remind me. All right, so I'm just going to set this aside. Okay, so we're going to write a program that contains a combo box and a label. The combo box shows 6 strings: red, green, blue, yellow, purple, and orange. The label displays a string with the specified foreground color from the combo box, as shown in this figure. Okay, so in this figure here, we show the combo box with the selection of red, and with green, and with orange, and you need to also include blue and yellow and purple. All right, so so first of all, let's check out combo boxes are in section 11. They're actually in section 11.2 also. So let me go back to the table of contents and find 11.2. So a combo box or a drop-down list, it uses the option menu class. So that's what we use, option menu. And so it's like this. You say combo, you can name it anything you want to, but in this example, we're naming it combo box. And then we say is an option menu. And there's this would be like what window it's in, like window. And then this would be like a variable. And let's see, that variable is I guess it just stores the value. Yes, it stores the value. And then these are the different drop-down items here. And there's a couple of other properties. There's the foreground property and the background property. Okay, so this is probably a default there. Okay, so we're going to use a combo box. And so let's get started here. We can also look at, if we do a search TK enter on option menu, which is the name of the property, we can click on this one here. This is a pretty good one, this FBot thing, and this describes it pretty good. We use this import. This is what we're naming our window in this example, and we define the string variable, and we can set it. We set an initial value, and then we define the option box here, and we're going to name it option in this example, and we pack it onto the window, pack it onto master here, and so that's how we show that. Now we also are including a command. Does this thing show command? You can include a command in here. Whenever there's a selection, the command is executed. Is that shown here? Here it is. So here we have this command called, which whenever the option menu is selected, whenever a new option is selected, then this process selection is executed. So here we have an example here. And so if we look at the answer here, and here we're defining some images, but here we define the combo box. We define the string variable. The default is going to be Canada, and this is going to display Canada, China, US, and the UK. And whenever it's selected, this thing is executed. This process selection is executed, which is this method down here. And what this does is this displays a different image depending on what was selected. Selected item here. All right, so we're going to start with we might as well start with from tkinter import everything, and then let's do the class thing, class, and I'm going to call this combo box labels or something. I just and so then we define our initialization thing here, init name, and we're going to name ourselves self. We can name ourselves anything but self, and that is going to be, I wonder what this, oh, it doesn't, it's not indenting. I'm saving it as test.py. So first let's define a window. Let's call it window. That's a nice name for it. And it's going to be a TK object. Oh, we don't put semicolons in this language. And we're going to title it window title. And we're going to say set. Oh, we should do what this thing says. Set colors. Set colors. Okay, so that's the label. And now let's do this combo box thing. Let's do a var equals a string var. And that's going to be the value. And the initial value, we're going to set it to, it's a string object, so we use the set. And we're going to set it to, let's set it to red, defaults to red, right? Red. And it's, when we set the color of the label, it recognizes these colors. Okay, I'm going to experiment around a little bit with that a little bit later, but so let's set it the initial value as red, and then let's define this instance combo. Let's call it ComboBox, and it is an option menu object, and it's going to be on the window. This is the same as this. It's going to be on that. And we have our variable there, and then these are all the choices, and we're going to do, let's start out with the red, green, orange. Red, green, orange, and that's enough for now. And then we're going to do this command thing. Well, let's just see can we see what this looks like first? Okay, that's the option menu, and we're going to pack it. Let's just pack, and let's just put that on the window. All right, and let's put the label on there now. Now, we're going to have a function that, a method that messes with the label, and so we need to prefix it with the name here, so it's the scoping will work. So self. So I'm going to prefix it with self, and I'm going to call this label. You can call it anything, and that's going to equal a label object, and it's going to be on the window. And let's define the text right now. Text equals, what we're supposed to say, programming is fun. And let's pack that thing too. I can just do self label pack. So it's going to be underneath the option menu. I can do it this way instead. ComboBox pack. After this, we have to do the window main loop thing. Window main loop. So that makes it work. And this, we're talking about this window here. We can name it anything. And I'm gonna, I'm not calling the method yet. So it doesn't need to be defined yet, because I just want to see what this looks like. So ComboBox, that's what I call it. So that sort of starts it out. All right, I'm just going to see what this looks like. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to pop up my command prompt here. I'm on the desktop. It's saved on the desktop, and I can do py test.py, and this thing over here pops up. It's too bad it pops up over here, but this is what it looks like. Okay, so this thing pops up. It actually popped up looking like that. And to grab it, I had to make it bigger first because there's nothing I could grab up here. I guess I can't, so let's do that. Okay, now it's bigger. It says set colors, and this is our drop down. Our drop down looks like this, okay? And it's not doing anything. Now, look, this drop down is different than this drop down looks different than this drop down. This drop down goes all the way across. This one doesn't. So to make it go all the way across, you have to do something inside here. Okay? You have to put something in there to make it go all the way across. You got that? Okay, so I'm just going to leave that now. You can do that. Now, the other thing is that we want this to call a method, which is going to change the label color. Right now, the label color is nothing. Let's set the default label color, self label, and I guess we could do it with this FG thing like this, equals, can we do this? Var get. Let's see if that works. Close this. We'll run it again. And oh yes. So that worked because var is that. So it's red. Okay, that's programming is fun. This doesn't work yet. So to get that to work, let's make a method. And let's put that method down here. It doesn't matter where we put it. It sort of does. But def, and I'm going to name it process selection. And it's going to be in self, in this object. And what's going to come across is something called selected item. Something like that. Selected item. I'm going to call it that. Selected item. And that is what is going to come to call this command, to call this method, we have to say command equals self process selection. And that's all we need to do. And when this thing is called, it's going to pass a parameter. It's going to pass whichever one was selected. Okay, and then and so what we want to do is we want to change the label foreground color to the selected item. Okay, just like that. And so I'm actually using, let's peek over label properties. If we search Tinker label property, TK enter label properties, let's look at this fbot again. We're pack, did I look at this already? FG. So yeah, we're doing this method here. Is label, okay. So anyway, so that's how that works. Here, if we search the Python documentation and we look at the TK enter themed widgets, which is what this is one of, we can look at the label here. Here's foreground and background showing that, and we can also set it, of course, the way we're doing it here. Same thing works. So here we're just setting it to that. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm going to save this and pop this up and run it again. And this thing pops up. Just like that. And so now when we select green, it turns green. Select orange, turns orange. Select red, turns red, and so on. So this looks different than this. Okay. This, the way it shows here, and I want you to do it the way it's shown here, is this thing goes all the way across. See, we could say, if we say fill equals left, then I think we can say that. I think that works. What does this do? Let me close this, run it again. Oh, left is not, do I say left? Do I say this? Capital F, left? Did I not save it? What did I do? Let me see. Let me look at the pack. Pack is fill. Oh, tell you what. This is what I was looking for. This is how you make it go all the way across. But let me find pack managers in 10.6. I just want to see what I was trying to do. 10.6. Pack manager, the geometry managers. The grid manager, the pack manager. Fill, both, expand, XY. Both. Oh, was I using grid manager language or something? No, I wasn't. What was I? Okay, anyway, this is both expand. Side. I was combining these two. So I was thinking of side equals left. So what happens if I do that? Side. That's right. Of course. So this is going to make it go to the left. However, maybe it's got to be inside of a. Okay. Well, anyway, you have the answer that you need. The other thing that we need to do is we need to include, we're only doing red, green, and orange, and we need to include blue and yellow and purple. Okay, so you can do that. And that's pretty much all you need to get this thing to work. All right. So I hope that helps, and I'll do the next programming assignment later today. Thanks for watching.